Hey everyone, it's Megan here. Today, we're diving into the enchanting world of ancient Egypt to explore the divine feminine. This ancient civilization held a profound respect for feminine energy, and it's time we reconnect with that wisdom to shape a brighter future. In ancient Egypt, female deities played a vital role in religion, mythology, and daily life. The feminine was revered and tied to nature, magic, and spirituality. Let's take a look at some key aspects. First, the goddesses. Over 30 female deities were worshipped, each with unique powers and domains. For example, Isis, who we have explored previously, symbolized magic, fertility, and protection. Her name meaning throne, she was known as the Queen of the Gods and is the Divine Mother of Egypt. Hathor is one of the most important and complex goddesses in ancient Egyptian mythology. She was worshipped for over 3,000 years, and her roles and characteristics evolved over time. The goddess Hathor was associated with love, romance, and sexuality. She was often depicted as a beautiful woman, and her name means House of Horus. Hathor was also the patron goddess of music, dance, and art. She was believed to inspire creativity and joy. She was associated with fertility and childbirth and was often invoked by women in labor. The goddess was believed to have healing powers and was often invoked for protection against evil spirits and diseases. Hathor was associated with the Milky Way and the celestial music of the spheres. Hathor was closely tied to the pharaohs and was believed to be the mother of the sun god Horus. Hathor was associated with cows, lions, and serpents, symbolizing her connection to fertility, royalty, and protection. Her worship was widespread, and her festivals were celebrated with music, dance, and offerings of perfume, flowers, and cosmetics. Hathor's multifaceted nature reflects the complexities of ancient Egyptian mythology, where goddesses often embodied multiple roles and characteristics. Her legacy continues to inspire art, literature, and culture to this day. Sekhmet represented war and healing. Here are some facts about the goddess Sekhmet. She was the ancient Egyptian goddess of war and healing and was the patron deity of physicians and healers. Sekhmet could spread disease and cure it. She was the wife of Ptah, patron god of artisans, and the mother of lotus god Nefertum. She was also the firstborn of the sun god Ra. She was the instrument of divine retribution and was depicted with the body of a woman with the head of a lioness wearing a sun disk, and sometimes her skin was painted green. She carried an Ankh sign on her left hand and a long-stemmed lotus flower on her right hand. Sekhmet's origins are unclear, but she seems to have been born in the Delta area, where lions were rarely seen and were thus regarded as mysterious and magical beasts. Bastet was associated with cats, childbirth, and fertility. Bastet is the ancient Egyptian goddess of motherhood and protection, household and family, music and dance, perfume and fragrance. She is often depicted as a woman with the head of a cat or a lioness carrying a sistrum, a musical instrument, and an ankh, the symbol of life. Bastet was revered as a powerful and nurturing goddess associated with the pharaohs and the sun god Ra. Her name means she of the ointment jar, reflecting her connection to perfume and fragrance. In addition to her association with cats and fertility, Bastet was also believed to protect the pharaohs and their homes, watch over women in childbirth, bring joy and music to the world, and possess healing powers. Bastet's worship spread throughout Egypt, and her popularity endured for over 3,000 years. her legacy continues to inspire art, literature, and culture to this day. Seshat is the ancient Egyptian goddess of writing and scribes, knowledge and wisdom, architecture and building, measurement and record keeping, library, and archives. She is often depicted as a woman with a stylized headpiece featuring a stylus and a palette, symbolizing her association with writing. Her name means she who is the scribe, or the female scribe. Seshat was revered as the patron goddess of scribes, librarians, and architects, and was believed to have created the art of writing. She was also associated with the pharaoh's royal archives and the recording of important events and documents. In addition to her association with writing and knowledge, Seshat was also linked to the construction of temples and other architectural projects, highlighting her role in the creation and preservation of cultural heritage. Overall, Seshat was a vital figure in ancient Egyptian society, embodying the importance of knowledge, writing, and cultural preservation. The feminine was linked to creation and rebirth, nurturing and protection, magic and spiritual power, fertility and abundance, and the cycles of nature like the moon and seasons. Egyptian mythology emphasized gender balance, with gods and goddesses often depicted in pairs. This highlighted the interconnectedness of opposites. Women in ancient Egypt held significant political power too. Take Hatshepsut, for example. She was the daughter of King Thutmose I, becoming queen when she married her half-brother Thutmose II around the age of 12. Upon his death, she acted as regent for her stepson, the infant Thutmose III, later taking on the full powers of a pharaoh. As pharaoh, she extended Egyptian trade and oversaw ambitious building projects, most notably the Temple of Deir el-Bahari, located in western Thebes. She is one of the few and most famous female pharaohs of Egypt, with her name meaning foremost of noble women, or she is first among noble women. She was the fifth pharaoh of the 18th dynasty during the New Kingdom period, regarded as one of the most prosperous eras of the Egyptian Empire. She was one of the few female pharaohs ruling one of the most prosperous eras of the Egyptian Empire. We must, of course, mention Nefertiti and Cleopatra, who we have also explored, and their legacies are so well known, they are honored still today. Women also participated in religious rituals, served as priestesses, and managed temples. Symbols like the Ankh, was, and Tayet were used in art and rituals to represent life, power, and protection. The reverence for the feminine extended to cosmology as well, with goddesses like Nut representing the sky and Isis associated with the star Sirius. This reflects a deep understanding of the interconnectedness of nature, magic, and human experience. Imagine if the modern world embraced this balance between masculine and feminine principles. We could foster equality, balanced leadership, spiritual growth, and harmony with nature. It's time we draw inspiration from ancient Egypt to create a more inclusive and harmonious world. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the divine feminine. Until next time, stay inspired and connected.